Hi, my name is Cecil Goodman, and I'm the faculty director here for the orientation program at Prescott College. This is the wilderness orientation and community-based orientation programs for resident undergraduate students. And today I'm going to talk to you about wilderness orientation gear. And this video is specifically about all the other gear that you're going to need. So we did some videos on winter specific gear, we did videos on sleeping gear, and videos on the gear you need for hiking. And this is all of the other things. So before we start looking at the gear, I want to remind you about how to choose gear. So think about it being relatively affordable, think about it being lightweight, and also if it's easy to use. And then I also want to recognize that outdoor gear can be really expensive, and we don't expect people to buy all of the gear if they can't afford it. So we have a lot of donated gear that we can use to outfit you if you can't afford the gear. And please remember to bring all the gear with you when you get here. Okay, let's get started. So in addition to your hiking clothes and then all of your sleeping things and the winter specific gear, you're also going to want to bring some layers for fall orientation and for any orientation. So to start with, you're going to want to bring either a synthetic or down jacket. So this is an example of a down jacket. This is a synthetic jacket. They have hoods. You can also bring like a fleece jacket. You're also going to need to bring some rain jackets, rain gear. So a rain jacket, it needs to have a hood. It doesn't need to be Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex can be really expensive, but you want to make sure that it's durable and waterproof. We also ask that you bring rain pants. Now rain pants can be extremely expensive. You don't need to buy like a high-end pair. This example is a high-end pair, but you can bring like frog togs. They don't need to be like super fancy. They just need to be able to keep you dry in camp. Down here we have an example of some camp shoes. So when you're done hiking for the day, you're going to switch out of your hiking shoes into your shoes for camp. A really great option are Crocs. They're really lightweight. You can wear socks in them or not. Other options can be just like old sneakers. Just make sure they're lightweight and that you can move around in them pretty easily. Okay, so you're going to want to bring a warm hat. Even for fall orientation, it gets pretty cold at night, especially towards the end of the block. You're going to also want to bring some long underwear. So this long underwear has a hood on it. It doesn't need to have a hood on it, but it does need to be either wool or capline. You don't want to bring cotton long underwear. You want to bring long underwear bottoms. The same thing. You want to bring wool or capline, but not cotton. And then we suggest that people bring a bandana, and female-bodied individuals need to bring at least 2 bandanas. For underwear, for female-bodied people, you're going to want to bring at least 1 sports bra, maybe 2, and then everyone should bring around 3 pairs of underwear. And you can bring synthetic or cotton. Okay, so over here you're going to want to also bring some stuff sacks. You're going to use stuff sacks to carry food and other gear. We ask that you bring 2, maybe 3. This is just like a normal stuff sack option. It's like sil nylon. You don't want to bring cotton stuff sacks. Another example is this dry bag. These are more expensive and they're not required, but they can be really helpful so that your food for sure stays dry. Everyone needs to have some way to eat their food. So a cup, a bowl and a cup for coffee or hot drinks, and then a spoon. And then down here, this is a tarp. Everyone needs to borrow or purchase a tarp. You're going to use it as a shelter. And so this one's just like a regular old Walmart tarp. It can be 6 feet by 8 feet and needs to have at least 50 feet of parachute cord or P cord. And this will be used to build a shelter to keep you dry and safe during solo. Okay, so right here we have a bunch of essentials or toiletries and just miscellaneous items that you're going to need to carry with you. You can put them in a little stuff sack like this. This works really well. So everyone should bring a lighter. Most people need to bring sunscreen, a small tube of toothpaste, a tiny toothbrush. It's really nice to have just a little bit because you don't need a gigantic amount of toothpaste. It's nice to have some backup rubber bands if you have long hair, some parachute cord. And then for people who are prone to getting blisters, or for maybe students that haven't been hiking before, it's nice, and we suggest that you bring just a little bit of extra blister material. So that would be like some athletic tape and then some moleskin. And that way there's just extra for your feet. We carry like comprehensive first aid materials, but this could just be your own personal blister kit. Everyone needs to bring your personal hand sanitizer. We suggest bringing some chapstick. It's nice to have a way to trim your toenails and fingernails. It's great to have a knife out there to cut food and all sorts of things you might not even suspect. A headlamp is important with extra batteries. You want to bring a headlamp and not a handheld flashlight because it's really difficult to walk at night with a handheld flashlight. And then please bring a watch or some sort of timepiece with an alarm because you're going to need to make sure you're getting up in the morning and taking care of your responsibilities for the group. We ask that no one brings a phone on orientation, and we'll talk more about that when you get here, but please bring a watch. Down here, we have a portfolio. This is a little mini portfolio, 5 inches by 7 inches, and it has 3 rings. And this is what you'll use to keep track of all of your schoolwork while on orientation. So don't forget to bring some pens and pencils. And then finally, you're going to need to drink water out there. You don't need to worry about the water treatment. As a school, we're in the Gear warehouse right now, and we're going to provide you with the water treatment that you need, but you're going to need to bring at least 4 liters carrying capacity. So that could look like a bunch of different things. You can bring a dromedary or camelback with a hose. That's 4 liters. That's great. Or 2 liters. But if you bring any type of water bag like this, you need to make sure that you also bring a hard case water bottle so that if this is punctured, you have a backup. We suggest buying Gatorade bottles or Smart Water bottles, making sure you have 4 liters again. They're just really cheap, really lightweight, and they work just as well as your normal Nalgene, which is also an option. Okay, finally, I want to offer you some optional items that a lot of people choose to bring. These aren't required, but a lot of people like to bring some kind of portable camping chair. This is just your basic Crazy Creek type. Just make sure it's lightweight because you're going to be carrying a lot of other gear. A lot of people like bringing just a really simple windbreaker. Can add warmth and is really tiny and easy to carry. If you're get cold easily, it's nice to bring another long underwear light fleece layer. Lots of students like carrying a sarong on course, especially for the fall. It's nice to change into a sarong at the end of the day. You're going to be swimming a lot, or at least in water, and so this can be a great option. We have a lot of artists at Prescott College, and so a lot of students also like to bring some art supplies. And you could bring some glitter, some really easy to carry costumes. There's lots of fun things also. One thing that's not here that I want to let you know is that we're also going to be bringing school cameras on course, so there will be a way to take pictures out there. But if you have a camera and you want to bring it, as long as it's not your phone, we totally welcome that, and we can help you figure out how to waterproof it. Okay, finally, what not to bring. Okay, here's some items that people love to bring, but that we ask you not to on orientation. Please don't bring your cell phones. Please don't bring shampoo. Deodorant is really unnecessary. Everyone pretty much smells horrible right away. Huge things of lotion, really not easy to carry out there and can sort of like explode all over your pack. We bring all of the cook gear that you need, so you don't need to bring your own special pot or pan. You don't need a gigantic cutting board. You also don't need to bring any climbing gear. We're not climbing on orientation, so please don't bring climbing shoes or anything like that. We highly suggest that you don't bring any kind of like heavy cotton, velvety sweatshirts. Heavy books are not the right thing to bring. And then remember, we have all the medical first aid kit thing covered, and so you don't need to bring your own personal first aid kit. Okay, if you have questions, you can always contact me, Cecil Goodman, cgoodman@prescott.edu, and we're looking forward to meeting you.